One of the most notable ways to create a passive income stream from your backyard is by renting it out to campers. Yes, campers. There's a link to HipCamp in the description, which offers a similar service to Airbnb, except it's for land. While being near nature isn't absolutely necessary, it does help to live in a more rural area if you want to keep your property rented as often as possible. Also, it helps if you have at least an acre of land to spare. Plus, the more beautiful your backyard campsite is, the better. HipCamp has been called the Airbnb of backyards. It's a peer-to-peer platform where hosts rent out their yards on a daily or even hourly basis. With the tagline, "Share your land." Earn income, this platform allows anyone to host their picturesque land to campers, often earning many thousands of dollars in passive income per year. There's also a lot of flexibility, including the ability to manage your own microeconomy, from adding unique amenities and extras to connecting campers with local activities and experiences. With HipCamp, you can rent out your land for more than just camping or glamping. HipCamp customers can also park their RVs and Airstreams on an hourly or daily basis. And by the way, you should check out our post about renting out RVs. You might be able to create multiple passive income streams using these two ideas together. At HipCamp, anyone with a property that's close to nature, whether near national parks, mountains, or other scenic areas, can be a HipCamp host. Whether you have an acre of primitive land near the Sierra Nevada, a hobby farm on the coast, a rural yard with a spot for a camper van, or a slice of desert on the way to Joshua Tree, odds are the HipCamp community can't wait to visit. After I signed up with HipCamp a few days ago, it immediately estimated that I could earn up to $6,385 per month in California with their platform. When you're renting out your yard to campers through HipCamp, there are a few things you'll need to consider. To get your land rented faster, it's beneficial if your property is near farms, ranches, or similar locations. You should also think about what parts of the land are off limits to guests. For example, is smoking allowed? Is it okay to bring dogs? Is there enough parking space? What kind of extra amenities are available, such as fire pits or hot tubs? Is the bathroom easily accessible? Safety is another important factor, especially if children might be on the property. In the description of your property, make sure to note any unusual features that might be dangerous, like a lot of stairs or faulty surfaces. Hazardous chemicals and sharp objects in the area should also be mentioned. Fortunately, you'll be covered in case of a rare event of injury or property damage. Insurance policies through these platforms protect hosts for up to $1 million for general liability claims per occurrence on every booking. It's also essential to consider the laws and regulations that apply to renting out your land. To avoid hefty fees and frustration, do your due diligence regarding local zoning and tax rules. Accepting money for renting out your land may officially make your property a business in some states, which could result in a limitation on how many days you can rent out your space. Another issue to consider is whether your home is part of a homeowners association. If it is, you'll need to make sure you're following HOA regulations so you don't break any of their rules by hosting camping events. Getting started on these platforms is quite easy. After signing up for an account, make sure you fill in the description of your property with the details mentioned above. Take clear photos that show off the beauty of your home while keeping them realistic. Finally, decide on the dates you want to make your property available. And don't forget to let your neighbors know about your plans, especially if you live in a more populated area. It's important to be considerate of their concerns and assure them that you'll try to keep the noise down. Being respectful to your neighbors is crucial before opening up your property to renters. So, if you have a sizable yard and want to create a passive income stream, consider renting it out to campers. With platforms like HipCamp, you can turn your backyard into a money-making campsite, and who knows, it might just be the start of a lucrative side hustle or even a full-time business. Remember to check out the link in the description to get started.